Welcome back to African Colonization TV and Biafran history. According to what is going on in Nigeria, everybody is seeing the way everything is going and the issue of buying of Christians every day, mostly in the northern states. So the one that happened recently in Kaduna, that provoked the U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. So as it is now, he has now talking to Donald Trump directory. According to the headline, says U.S. Senator Ted Cruz charges Trump on Nigerian breakup plan to stop the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. So they are now trying to pressure Donald Trump for him to bring out the best solution to this problem and to stop this Christian genocide finally let everything end. But they are talking about, if it is possible, let them break up the country. If it is possible for the Christians to have their own freedom, for every zone to become free, and for the Christian to stop buying every day in the country. Because as it is, everybody is not safe. And then coming down to it, Gumi, the one who used to campaign to terrorists, is claiming that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is this, that everybody is living in unity in Nigeria. So in this video, you are going to hear a lot of things happening. Don't skip any part of it, because this is our sister. She's going to explain many things to us and what Ted Cruz and what is happening in the U.S. Congress. So what they are saying and how things is going on there. Because the way Nigeria is today, everybody is not happy, both international, both national. Everybody is not happy, nobody. The only people that will tell you that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is unite, and Nigeria is everything, it is the people who govern the state, who govern the country. The governor, the president, the senator, and those who is benefiting from this issue of genocide that is going on and the Islamism. Those one are the people that will be telling you that Nigeria is okay. But ordinary man who have nothing and who is suffering along will tell you that Nigeria is not fine. So as you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and share the video to go and let others see things going on in Nigeria.
I am back to share with you now trending headlines. After reading them out for una, I go allow una make una watch the videos. We go explain to una one or two things where they go on in the country as we speak. The first headline here says, this is one of the headlines where they trend since yesterday, that Gumi don't tell USA. According to him, he said, Nigerians are one. Who talk him? Now Gumi tells USA. Gumi to USA, Nigerians are one. From where to where? Moving on to the next headline, it says, President Tinubu should replace the INEC chairman immediately. He is serving the interests of Christians. Now who they talk about, chairman of the Supreme Council for Islamic Judicial Affairs in Nigeria, Dr. Bashir Aliyu Umar. He's the one commanding President Tinubu. He should, as soon as possible, replace the current INEC chairman immediately. Make it no waste time. Say in they serve, the reason why he gave be say, they serve the interests of Christians, my people. When they see the narrative, the mentality where some of these Islamic extremists had towards Christians in the country. Moving on to the next headline. This headline here is coming from the table of Senator Ted Cruz of US. According to him, he said, Kaduna abduction, Ted Cruz charges US to use all leverage to end the alleged Christian genocide in Nigeria. Ted Cruz is urging the USA President Trump, he should use every weapon within his disposal to make sure say US end the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. Meaning that if it's possible, like the US congressman don't suggest to them, if not the breakup line be the solution to end it, he should use it. He should not even waste time. He should use it. Say the killing, the buying, according to him, the detail of this update, he said the buying, you don't too much. Say at this point that US should do fast and use anything at their disposal to end the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. So my people, he said Ted Cruz, a US lawmaker, championing a campaign against the alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria has called on the American government to stop mass murder and abductions of Christians in Nigeria. Mr. Cruz made the call in reaction to the abduction of Christian worshippers in Kaduna State on January 18, describing the incident as an evil that continues to linger. The American lawmaker charged the U.S. to use every leverage and sanction, not just leverage, every leverage and sanction to end the Christian genocide and mass adoptions in Nigeria. In his words, and I quote, "We should use all our leverage and sanctions to stop the mass murder and kidnapping of Christians," Mr. Cruz said. So my people, I don't hear them now. Moving on to the next headline. This headline here says, "It seems like the Nigeria is only for the Northerners." So my people, if you doubt this particular headline, I'm going to be playing some of the videos we go explain to you so that you go understand the reason why this headline come talk say it be like say Nigeria na only Northerners, they are the one in power, they are the one that owns this Nigeria. Just take your time and watch all these videos so that you'll be able to get the full detail about what is currently going on in the country as of today. So my people, take your time and watch all these videos so that you'll be able to know what is going on in the country.
Gumi tell Donald Trump that Nigerians are one. Gumi, who told you? Who tells you that Nigeria are one? If really Nigeria are one, why are your people terrorizing other people? Why are your people making the country unpeaceful for other people to live? I'm asking you. If you are saying that Nigeria is one, who told you we are one? Who told you we are one? Gumi?
After 25th of December, many of us thought President Trump's Christmas gift, which is the major US airstrike on ISIS in Nigeria, would be a turning point. We were hoping that maybe, just maybe, the killings would slow down or stop. But it didn't slow down. It got worse, a lot worse. As January comes to close, I want to show you, just in case you haven't been paying attention, what has actually happened since the airstrike. Here is the reality of the last 30 days in the northern Nigeria. On December 26, 2025, the Bokos and Bakin-Ladi area in Plateau State, armed militias raided the community. 16 people were killed. On the same day, 26th of December, at the rural Niger State, bandits attacked the village and 12 people were kidnapped. On the same day, again, December 26, at the Timbo village in Adamawa State, ISWAP terrorists bombed homes. 4 Christians were killed and 5 were captured. On December 27th, in Anka, Zamfara State, Islamic bandits raided there. 5 were dead, 20 were abducted. On December 28th, at Giwa in Kaduna State, 3 were killed and 15 were taken. On December 29th, at Woza in Borno State, a terrorist ambush and 4 people were dead. On December 29th, again, at Mondang village in Adamawa State, ISWAP bombed a church and 100 houses. 11 Christians were murdered. By the time this calendar turned to 2026, 58 more people were dead in Niger State alone. January 1st, 2026, at a market village in Niger State, bandits attacked on the New Year's Day. 30 were killed and 15 were kidnapped. Early January, Plateau State, attacked by Fulani herdsmen. 12 Christians were dead. On January 4th, in Niger State, another village was attacked. 30 were killed, 40 were abducted. On January 5th, at Maiduguri in Borno State, there was Boko Haram attack and 3 people died. On January 5th again, at Benue State, a farming family was ambushed. 4 Christians from the same family were killed. On January 6th, Benue State was raided. 5 more Christians were murdered. On January 10th, at Taraba State, a night raid happened on 4 villages. 10 Christians were killed and homes were burned. On January 12th, in Benue State again, ambush on farmers. 4 Christians were dead. On January 17th to 18th, in Kajuru, Kano State. This is the one that shocked the world. Gunmen raided 3 churches during a Sunday service. 177 people was adopted, mostly Christians. On January 21st, at Borno State, there was a suicide bombing and assault. 5 soldiers and 58 civilians were killed. To add it up, in just 30 days, Nigeria has lost over 340 lives, and at least 397 people have been abducted. This is not banditry or clashes. This is a targeted campaign against Christian communities in the north and the middle belt of Nigeria. Despite the US airstrike and the government's promises, the killers are moving faster than the help. I'm calling on President Trump. I'm calling on international community. If the current structure of Nigeria cannot keep its citizens alive, then the structure must be broken. What we need now is a total restructuring of this country, or divide this country, because a country that allows its people to be slaughtered in their churches and on their farms is a country in name only. If you come across this video on your screen, please do me a favor. Please tag the people that have power to act. Silence is a death slip.
On the ticket remains a significant factor in electoral calculations across the core northern states. Reacting to this, the APC warned the minister and other senior government and party officials to stop fueling speculations, but focus on their primary duty of diligent service to the government and the party. The party also dismissed growing media reports about the possible replacement of Vice President Kashim Shettima as running mate to President Bola Tinubu ahead of the 2027 general election. This latest declaration by the minister has brought back conversations about the Muslim ticket. Joining us on the show to discuss the relevance of the Muslim ticket and if there is a need to alter it ahead of 2027 is Farouk Aliyu, a chieftain of the APC. Good morning, and you're most welcome to the morning show.
Happy New Year.
Well, good morning, Happy New Year to all of you. Hi, Dr. Abati and Rufai.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Well, Mr. Aliyu, well, the narrative is already well laid out. Muslim ticket in relation to the present arrangement and the ambition of certain other persons to say that, maybe perhaps to please President Trump and please those who are, complaining about Christian genocide, that President Tinubu should change the Muslim format. What do you think? Anatu Musawa already says, no, that will not make sense whatsoever. Many people support her. Some other people criticize her. Where do you stand within that spectrum?
Well, I stand with my party, actually, because these decisions are for the parties and the candidates. So if in the wisdom of our party and our president is to go with another Muslim, so be it. And if he decides to go with the Christian, so be it. And you remember that our party also has warned, has also spoken to us, people that have interface with the media, not to speculate, at least on the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. But whether the Muslim or, non-Muslim, it's important. That's really, time will tell. And it's a political decision which either party can take. If a party decides to go Muslim or Christian is absolutely a political decision, which will be done at the time when things are up, which means we as a party will decide whether to go along with Muslim is the best for us.
Mr. Aliyu, your position is like saying nothing. We just said that, a minister of the Federal Republic, Anatu Musawa, said this. The question, if I may rephrase it, is that do you agree with her in terms of what she said? Don't say I'm a party man, what party decides. What's your own opinion? You can then say you are not dictating to the party, but this is what you think. Not saying anything party does is okay. We are not in a parliamentary system. I want your opinion, not...
well, exactly. Whatever my opinion will be, it will be subjective, because whether I go for, as I said, it is absolutely the decision of the party and the candidate. And in my opinion, the numbers will be looked at, whether to field in a Muslim or a Christian. I mean, the numbers are there to show. Whether in the northern part of the country there are more Muslims is absolutely without doubt. There are more Muslims in the northern part of the country. So any party can decide to either pick a Christian. But, I mean, if it goes in terms of numbers, certainly there are more Muslims in the north, which means it will be best for the party to take a Muslim if, you know, from the northern part of the country.
All right, that's interesting because if you recall in the 2020 or in the lead up to the 2023 election, there was a big debate around the Muslim tickets because traditionally what you would have for fair representation across board would be a Muslim Christian ticket for that role. Do you think that, as Honorable Musawa has said, if it's not, it's either that or nothing at all, it would have political consequences? And this was echoed by former Senate leader, Senator Ali Ndume, who said that if President Bola Tinubu ignores the grumblings of the North, it would have political consequences. Do you agree with this? And how do you think the APC, especially under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can work to engender goodwill in the North?
The first question you should ask, are the Christians still complaining? Are the Christians feeling so changed with the Muslim ticket? And I'm sure it's no, because, I mean, all the fears that the Christians had, you know, has been alleviated. I mean, certainly this government has got nothing to show on the ground that it's favoring the Muslims over the Christians. So I think the Muslim ticket can still fly with the APC.
No, but the other part around the grumblings of the North, and this has come up consistently. Senator Ali Ndume made this statement again on our primetime show on Arise News just on Wednesday. What do you think about that?
No, what did he say? I just came back this morning into the country.
No, I'm telling you that he said there are grumblings.
Can you tell me, what did he say?
That he said that there are grumblings in the North.
What did he say?
That there are grumblings in the North and that the APC cannot afford to ignore the grumblings because it would have political consequences come 2027. Do you agree that there are grumblings in the North? And how can APC better work?
Well, certainly if there are grumblings in the North, it is worth looking at. Certainly, if the Muslims in the North are not comfortable with it, that will not be done. Certainly. Because in terms of the numbers, we're talking of the numbers. And this is a political decision.
Are there grumblings in the North? Is what I should ask. Do you agree? Because you're just saying certainly if are there grumblings in the North? You're from the North. Do you agree with him that there are grumblings in the North?
I'm not only from the North, I'm a Fulani man. Grumbling, what do you mean? Grumbling over a Muslim or grumbling over a Christian?
That they're not.
Yes, there are more Muslims in the North. So listen to me. Certainly if you drop a Muslim for a Christian in the North, there'll be a problem. Certainly. That's because of the numbers. That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
But about grumbling, I don't know. But I'm telling you that if you replace a Muslim with a Christian, a northern Christian, there will be a problem. Yeah.
Okay. So two things. Number one, definitely a lot of Christians are not happy. And we are seeing it in the massive kidnappings and attacks on Christians. And that's why the conversation about Christian genocide has been on. It's as if there's a direct attack on ECWA churches. Goodness me, I don't know how many ECWA churches have been attacked. 177 people in Kaduna recently from different churches. All sorts of activities and atrocious activities. Christians are complaining. And they also mute the conversation about a Muslim ticket. Hence the conversation about balancing out the tickets. So those concerns are valid. But let me stretch it also further by asking you, will they not be cool with a Christian tickets?
Okay, now three things. You asked now the first one about attack on ECWA churches. You know, I take exception to generalizing the Muslims are arranging these things. It's not true. Those kidnapping the churches or people in churches.
I'm sorry, Mr. Farouk.
They do not represent Islam.
Mr. Farouk
yes,
Ali,
but they do not.
Mr. Farouk Ali, with due respect, you need to apologize to me. Can you tell me anywhere I said just now that Muslims are arranging these things? I never said so. So when you say you take exceptions to what I didn't say, I deserve an apology because you misquoted me right in my phrase.
Okay. Okay, I apologize for that.
Very well.
But I also want you to, I apologize for that. But But I also put it to you that these things are not, if anybody thinks Muslims are arranging these things, it's not true. So it's got nothing to do with
It's got nothing to do with Muslims. And
yes.
It's got, and I repeat it, it's got nothing to do with Muslims. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Then secondly, whether the Muslims will be good, will be home with Christian ticket, well, let's wait until when we get to the bridge to see whether we can cross it.
No, I'm asking that question
because if you're listen to
you know, based on the north, you know. All right, based on the north,
based on the north,
would they be also be okay?
Based on the north, I know.
With the Christian tickets, yes.
Based on the north, Based on the north, I know the north will not be comfortable with Christian ticket, because if you do that, you are completely alienating the Muslims in the north. Simple. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Another thing that Senator Ali Ndume made, apart from saying there will be consequences in the north depending on the kind of electoral choices that the party will make ahead of 2027, he said that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been held hostage by some persons who do not know Nigeria beyond the Ikoyi and Victoria Island, and who do not understand grassroots politics, and that he cannot, condemn President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but that he's surrounded by a group of advisors who are, whose knowledge of Nigerian politics stopped in Ikoyi and Victoria Island, and that when they are not in Ikoyi and Victoria Island, they are going to London or going to the US. Do you agree, as a party member?
Yeah, you see, these kind of things were also alluded when Buhari was in government. A lot of people said that Buhari surrounded himself with people who don't know anywhere. So that is the opinion of my friend Ali Ndume. I don't think so. I think there are so many people around the president who are not from Ikoyi and Victoria Island. I mean, I can name a lot of them. But of course, he has people that are working with him that he knows more than other people. And as a president of Nigeria, you cannot be said to be, leading the country with just few people. And I'm sure President Tinubu is not doing that. There are people across the country that help him to govern this country.
All right, sir. I just have a question quickly, just based on your statement response to Rufai. Based on you saying that a Christian ticket would alienate the North, using that logic, is that not the same thing you would say that a Muslim ticket would alienate Christian South?
I don't think so.
Why?
We're talking about numbers, as I said. We're talking about numbers. In the northern part of this country, there are more Muslims than the Christians.
So no representation.
Simple. So that's it.
No representation.
And in the wisdom, listen, and in representation,
in terms of fairness in governance,
for the people to decide.
Okay.
What I'm saying, it then left for the people to decide. If you feel Muslim ticket, if the people of this country feel so bad about it, so be it. Let them vote for any party of their choice.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yes. Now, you all have seen the whole thing that is going on in the country. How this man Ali Ndume, in the way he's jumping up and down, his idea, and the idea is that it's only Muslim that owns this country. So there is no anybody that can speak, that can talk, and that is why they believe whatever they do, they have the power, they have the monopoly to do it without anybody asking them any question. That is their mind. I'm going down to Ted Cruz speech to do anything possible to make sure that the buying of Christians, the genocide, end in Nigeria. There is no solution apart from to divide the country, let every zone be on their own, and they let every zone and the north, that is Christian zone, be on their own. If not, they will continue doing whatever they are doing. Then if you're talking about the restructuring, we can restructure the northern states, restructure the side who need it. Then those who want to divide from the country, then separate them from this bloodshed of a thing. Because every day buying of Christian, every day destroying of life and property. It is not suiting. It is not suitable to anybody. So, but the government, those who benefit from all those things, they will tell you Nigeria is working. Why they know that Nigeria is not working in any way. So going down to starting from December down to this February, the way they are buying people left, right, and center, in fact, it is somehow, it is very, very shocking. It is to tell you that those people, they have already taken over everywhere. They have already taken over everywhere in this country. The only savior that the East have, it is this issue of IPOB, that is Eastern Security Network, Mazi Kanu men. If not, they would have taken both the eastern parts, because if you can see what they are doing in the western states, mostly in Kwara State, every day they are bringing people down as if people is a fly. So going down to the north, middle belt, and the other parts of Nigeria, no day you will not hear one story or the other how they bring people down. But the government, they don't care. What they know is that how they will make their power, how they will make sure that they get into post by all means. And if people like, let them buy. If people did not like, let them leave. That is it. So it's only US President Donald Trump and the Israel Prime Minister who recently speak about the genocide going on in Nigeria. Others, they are even praising and clapping for the government. What the government is doing is okay. So that is what Nigeria find themselves into. Well, I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening? Like, subscribe, and share the video to go around. Let others see what is happening in Nigeria. And thank you for watching.